E3 is almost around the corner, and it's a lot of things that's going to be going on at E3. And one of these events is a Square-Enix E3 showcase. And the main question everyone is having, what will Square-Enix announce and show at this press or the showcase, similar to like a Nintendo Direct that's pre-recorded and streamed? Because if you already know the history of Square Enix E3, I remember 2015, and they had this kind of press conference, like traditional press conference, and it was just a lot of translations, and it was slow paced. It was kind of boring, but that Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer was literally like all worth the show, in my opinion. When they showed it, Kingdom Hearts 3 running on Unreal Engine 4, that was amazing. But the question is, what can Square Enix reveal at this showcase? And I believe it could be Final Fantasy 16. And there's many reasons why I believe so. If you didn't know, Square Enix just recently developed a new studio called Luminous Productions. And this is led by Hajime Tabata, the one that made Final Fantasy 15. And you're gonna say, before I'm gonna go through all of this, right? They even also said that they could develop HD games much faster thanks to Final Fantasy 15. So that means it's possible that Luminous Studios, or the Luminous engine, could actually make a new Final Fantasy game really quickly. And I'm gonna give you my main reasons why. I believe that Final Fantasy 15, like the main team of Final Fantasy 15, literally moved on to Final Fantasy 16 right after development in 2016. I know you're gonna say, like, what are you talking about? They have patches and they have the DLC episodes, but you're right. But notice who's the directors of these DLC episodes and stuff. Tabata is not really leading the development of these DLC episodes and these patches and new features in Final Fantasy 15. So I'm believing that Square Enix is actually like put aside a small team for DLC for Final Fantasy 15 and all the extra stuff for Final Fantasy 15 to keep the community alive until maybe after the DLC episodes of Final Fantasy 15. This is my theory. The season pass 2 of Final Fantasy 15, the second season pass, is gonna end like in March, or not March, like mid 2019. Maybe they want to keep the Final Fantasy 15 community alive until the next Final Fantasy game release in 2019, in holiday 2019. And this would be really interesting that they legitimately want to keep everyone alive, right? And in the meanwhile, the main team of Final Fantasy 15, or the majority of the team, I know it's a lot of people in the Luminous that was developing in Business Division 2, I believe. They were developing a Final Fantasy 15 for a very long time, and it was like a huge project. I think it was like over 300 people. I doubt over 300 people was developing DLC. So I believe maybe like 50 of them was moved to Kingdom Hearts 3 to help with the development, and maybe like 40 people was left in like developing the DLC, and these are unknown directors and stuff taking over the DLC and keeping it run, and maybe Tabata is overseeing them, but he's not the director. And it's possible that they're making Final Fantasy 16 with the rest of the studio, and then probably add other people from different divisions. I know you're gonna say, why would they do this when they have Final Fantasy 7 remake and it's in development hell, so-called quote-unquote development hell? I don't believe so. Really, after all these news, I still don't believe it's such development hell as everyone else seems to make it. But you're forgetting one important thing about Final Fantasy 7 remake, and that's using the Unreal Engine 4. And you're gonna say, well, what's the point of all of that? Why are you saying this? But Luminous Productions is working with the Luminous Studio engine that Square Enix made a while ago. Why would you name a whole production or a studio name of Luminous if they're not gonna use the Luminous Studio engine? You need to understand what this thing is gonna work with, right? This team is not helping with Final Fantasy 7 Remake. They are doing their own project, completely different from Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Nomura is dealing with them, and the Mobius Final Fantasy team is helping with the development of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it probably another internal business division is helping with the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and the Luminous Studio is making a main series Final Fantasy 16 releasing in 2019, and that would make 100% make complete sense in my opinion, because I already said this. They have the DLC packs leading to Final Fantasy 16. Perfect genius. The people that have Final Fantasy 15 go straight to Final Fantasy 16 and keep that momentum going, just like the PS1 era. Remember the PS1 era, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8, and Final Fantasy 9 came a few years after each other. That's the point. That's the point of all of this. I believe that because they said they could make HD games faster because of Final Fantasy 15, they made a way with Luminous Studios engine to make games really fast with the Luminous Studio engine, and it's gonna be similar to Final Fantasy 9 and the PS1 era of Final Fantasy games. That's a strong possibility in my opinion. Even Square Enix recently announced, or when they were announcing the Luminous production studio, they even said that more information of the new projects by Luminous Productions are going to be announced later this year. But I believe the perfect opportunity to announce these games will be E3. You know why? Especially Final Fantasy 16, because Final Fantasy is such a huge IP for the Western audience, like a JRPG style for the Western audience. Dragon Quest is all huge in Japan, and Final Fantasy is huge in the West. We all know this, why Square-Enix make all these games and stuff like that. So it's possible that they announce it at this E3, and that'd be 100% perfect time instead of Tokyo Game Show. Because Tokyo Game Show, we already know, if it's not announced what their projects is in E3, it's gonna be Tokyo Game Show. But unless this is a new Type 1 or Type 0 game, right, I don't believe it's gonna be announced in Tokyo Game Show. It's gonna be announced at E3 2018 underneath the Square Enix showcase. So I want to know all your guys' opinions on this, because I really believe Final Fantasy 16 is gonna be announced at this E3 showcase for Square Enix. If not, I know I'm gonna retract a little bit. If not, I believe they're gonna announce it next year and maybe release in 2020 or something like that. But I really 100% strongly believe that they're gonna release a Final Fantasy game, or next Final Fantasy game, main series game, in 2019. And you know what? They already have like a tech demo. We already know this, showing us DirectX 12, and they were showing like it was like a next gen, really next gen, like more next gen than Final Fantasy 15 tech demo. And I think it was showing off like the Luminous Studios engine, and it was pretty good. It sounds like an amazing story going back to the Middle Ages and stuff like that. But I believe that the next Final Fantasy 16 should be more linear based, but not so linear compared to Final Fantasy 13. We don't need it to be Final Fantasy 13 walking through halls, but it does not need to be a Final Fantasy 15 open world. It needs to be like a great story straight. And you know what? Now Tabata have freedom with his story, because Tabata was trying to fix the Final Fantasy Versus 13 story that Nomura was making, and it wasn't really finalized, but they wanted to make it similar enough that fans won't get angry saying it's a completely different game. Now Tabata have full freedom of the story, and he can make it any way he wants. So I believe this story is going to be way better, and I believe that this game needs to be almost open world, like similar to like Final Fantasy 12. It needs to be more linear based, but you could do quests and stuff like that in a wide open area, but not Final Fantasy 15 open world. That's gonna take months and years to develop. But if they make a linear game that's Final Fantasy branded, right, and a great story, a great action gameplay or turn-based gameplay with the Luminous Studios, I believe that they could develop this game by 2019. In the comment section below, I want to know your opinion if you think Final Fantasy 16 is likely to be announced this year and released next year, because that'd be the first Final Fantasy game for a very long time that was announced like a year before release, not like 5 years in advance. That would have been amazing for Square Enix to do that. And I want to thank everyone that's supporting my channel, even when I have long hiatus from uploading videos. I always say this now, thank you guys, and this is Dark Shiro 007 here, and signing off.